Hello students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of Internet of Things subject, in which today we are going to discuss Raspberry Pi GPIO pins, that is general purpose input output pins, and the operation which is related to the GPIO pins. Then there are some operating systems with Raspberry Pi works. So this all we will study in today's lecture. Today is our 30th lecture on this subject, and my name is Pooja Subhashrao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. So in last lecture we have already studied the basic things which are related to the Raspberry Pi. In that we have studied there are some different ports, that is camera port, then display port, what are the GPIO pins or what is the name of each GPIO pins, then what are the programming models and what are the software and hardware required, then what is Raspbian operating system, then what are the Raspbian components. So this I have already studied in last lecture. So today we are going to discuss the what is GPIO and how does it work. Then Raspberry Pi 4 40 pin GPIO header. Then how to configure Raspberry Pi GPIO I2C and SPI pins. Then configuring Raspberry Pi I2C and SPI pins. Then essential products for the Raspberry Pi GPIO. Then Raspberry Pi 40 pin to 26 pin board. Then there are some operating systems which you can run on the Raspberry Pi in 2021. So these all topics we have covered in today's lecture. So let's get started one by one. First of all, what is GPIO and how does it works? GPIO is a short for the general purpose input and output, and it is the standard interface which are found on the microcontrollers and SBCs that enable digital input and outputs. Then also it allows the devices to control the external components like motor and infrared transmitters as a output. So as well as it receives data from the sensor modules and switches, that is input. So in the essence of that, GPIO allow our Raspberry Pi to interface with a variety of external components, and which makes it suitable for a wide variety of projects or ranging from a weather station to the self-driving robot. Then next point is pin holder or pin header, that is Raspberry Pi 4 40 pin GPIO header. So here you can see the figure of GPIO pin with Raspberry Pi, and for GPIO pins to work with the software configuration it will be required, but frequently not for the beginner friendly Python libraries like GPIO 0. There is this is available to make the physical computing more accessible for the users. Again, for more experienced programmers who prefer the languages like C or C++, then GPIO access libraries like Wiring PI is available for that. Then we will see pin functionality and explanation of the Raspberry Pi. So in first column there is a GPIO pin type, and in second column there is a pin functionality and explanation. So GPIO pins, which are standard general purpose pins that can be used for the turning external devices such as LED on off like this. Then next pin is power pin. Power pin is used for the giving power to the Raspberry Pi, that is 5 volt and 3 volt 3 pins, which are used to supply the 5 volt and 3.3 volt power to the external components. The next pin is I2C. I2C pins are used for connecting the hardware communication purposes with I2C compatible external modules. Then SPI is a serial peripheral interface bus. These pins are also used for hardware communication but with a different protocol. Then UART. UART is a universal asynchronous receiver or transmitter pins, and these are used for the serial communication. Then DNC. DNC means what? Use of DNC means do not connect, and these pins should be avoided in Raspberry Pi for any operation. Then next one is ground. Ground is a refer to the pin which are provided electrical grounding in your whole circuitry. So these are some pin functionalities of Raspberry Pi. Then next we will see how to configure Raspberry Pi GPIO, I2C and SPI pins. So we know that more about Raspberry Pi GPIO. It's time to get started with the physical computing. So this is similar to the other electric components, like we first have to configure GPIO pins before using them, and the configuration guide below we will run on the Raspberry Pi operating system. First of all, configuring GPIO. If you are running the latest version of the Raspberry Pi operating system, then you can skip these steps and get straight into the programming with GPIO. Or otherwise, you will have to run the following commands in the serial terminal to update your Raspberry Pi. This is the command, that is sudo apt-get update. Sudo apt-get update 2 times. Then it is for any reason if you don't have the GPIO package installed, and you can run the following command for the installation in your PC, that is sudo apt-get install rpi.gpio. By using this command you can install the GPIO package. Then next one is configuring Raspberry Pi, that is I2C or SPI pins. So to enable the I2C or SPI for the hardware communication, you have to use the Raspi configuration tool by entering the command, that is sudo raspi configure. And in the main menu that shows up, that navigate the advanced options, that is I2C, and select yes. First of all, you go to the advanced options and then you have to select I2C. For SPI, navigate to the advanced option and select, and once complete this step, you have to reboot your Raspberry Pi and your I2C pins will be enabled at that time. So to ensure that I2C communication which is working properly with your Raspberry Pi, you have to connect your modules and enter the commands, that is ismod grep I2C. And for SPI, that is run the following command instead of ismod grep SPI. Instead of I2C, you have to just put SPI. So in each case, the command line, it should then return and a list which indicating the modules or that you are running through the I2C or SPI pins. Again, there are some essential products for the Raspberry Pi GPIO. What are they? Before we move to the how to program the Raspberry Pi GPIO pins with the Python, there are some necessities that we have to follow this. So first one is groove base hat for the Raspberry Pi. This is essential product for the Raspberry Pi GPIO. So the groove base hat extend the capabilities of the Raspberry Pi by introducing 15 groove connectors, or in addition to that original 40 GPIO pins. So groove is a modular standardized connector which follow the quick and convenient electronics phototyping by eliminating the need for the jumper wires or solder. Here you can see the groove base hat for the Raspberry Pi looks like this. Then groove base hat for the Raspberry Pi with base hat. So The Raspberry Pi gains access to the extensive Groove ecosystem with the 300 plus sensors, also actuators and communication modules. So thanks to the libraries and detailed documentation with the come up with the Groove, getting started with building projects and using the Raspberry Pi GPIO has become easier for us. So this is just a Groove based hat Raspberry Pi. Next one is Raspberry Pi 40 pin to 26 pin GPIO board. So if you have older accessories for the Raspberry Pi that were built for the original 26 pin configuration, and this 40 pin to 26 pin GPIO conversion board is going to be a true necessity for you. And here you can see the board, that is 40 pin to 26 pin board. So this board convert 40 pin header on newer Raspberry Pi models into the original 26 pin layout. So you can continue to your existing Raspberry Pi accessories. So these are some accessories of Raspberry Pi. Now we will see operating systems that you can run on the Raspberry Pi in 2021. First of all, Noobs, that is the Raspberry Pi which support several operating systems, and such usually come with without one, that is most of the time. It ships with an SD card, and that include Noobs. Noobs is new out of the box software, and operating system that include a variety of operating systems from which you can choose, or which you have to choose which to run on your Raspberry Pi setup. So while you can buy an SD card with Noobs that is pre-installed on your software or Raspberry Pi, you can just set it up with yourself by following the instructions which are already given in that. So there are some list of the operating systems typically in Noobs and the more. From that this is the first, that is Raspbian. Raspbian is a Debian based engineered especially for the Raspberry Pi, and it is the perfect general purpose operating system for the Raspberry users. Again, the window for the Raspbian is you can see here, it look like that is a strawberry shaped, and it employs the open box stacking window manager and the Pi improved X Windows environment, lightweight coupled with a number of pre-installed softwares, and this includes Minecraft Pi, Java, Mathematica and Chromium. So Raspbian is a Raspberry Foundation's official supported operating system, and this operating system is capable of accomplishing any task you throw at it. This is one of the operating system. The next one is OSMC. This is the another operating system, that is OSMC means what? Open Source Media Center, or full form of OSMC is Open Source Media Center. This operating system is totally free of cost and easy to use and simple and open source. Also standalone Kodi operating system which is capable of playing virtually any media format. So again it having some features like modern, beautiful, minimalist user interface, and which is completely customized, and thanks to the several built-in images which have already given in the OSMC, and it comes up with the choose if you OSMC run on the Raspberry Pi for the managing media content. So here you can see the OSMC window looks like. Then next one is OpenELEC. OpenELEC means what? Open Embedded Linux Entertainment Center. This is a small Linux based JEOS, that is just enough operating system, which is developed from Scratch to turn PCs into a Kodi Media Center, or on one side that JEOS, which is pronounced as a JUICE, which is a paradigm for the customizing operating systems to the fit needs of a particular application, such as software appliance or anything else. So you can think that OpenELEC as a bare bones of Kodi, or Kodi is a fewer customization options and limits which are access to certain areas, that is for example SSH, and it is more complex to customize. So OpenELEC, which is a powerful media center that might be suit your needs for the Raspberry Pi. Again, the window of OpenELEC looks like. So this is another one operating system. Then next one is RISC operating system. RISC operating system is a unique open source operating system which designed specially for ARM processors by the creators of the original ARM, and it is neither related to Linux or nor related to the Windows. Again, it is being maintained by a dedicated community of volunteers. If you want to choose your RISC operating system, you should know that it is very different from the any Linux distro or Windows operating system. So you have to use it will take some getting used to a good place to start here with your Raspberry Pi. And the window of the RISC operating system with Raspberry Pi is here. You can see in the picture. It look like. So here we have studied the some of the operating system, but remaining operating systems with the Raspberry Pi we will cover in next lecture. So guys, I hope you have all understand whatever we have studied, but still anyone have doubt in that, you can contact me anytime. So thank you very much and have a good day.